Welcome back. I'm Lawful Evil, and this is 200 Hindsight. We're looking at another one of my ladder game replays today. It's going to be a ZvZ here on Central Protocol. Envoy in the top right here versus yours truly, Lawful Evil, in the bottom left. On a big map like this, I expect I'm going to go pool and then follow it up with a fairly quick hatch. Just because I have no idea where the opponent is and I'm going to have to scout to even find him. There we go, dropping my hatch. Looks like Envoy went hatch first. Probably not really that bad of an idea either. Slow down his queen ever so slightly, but see, check the queen timing. Envoy's pretty much neck and neck. Except he's got two queens going instead of just the one that I've got. There we go, my second queen going just as the first pops. And he's got some lings heading over to play with me. I don't have much at the first base, but I've got some lings showing up just as he does. There we go. Time to scout and figure out where he is. And unfortunately, he's ready. Got a pile of lings, a lot of lings, and two spines. There's no way I'm getting in here. But I'm going to try anyway because my Baneling nest is already done. His is just dropping. My backup lings show up just as the Banes finish up, and I believe we'll head right on in there. I'm just trying to shoo away my overlord. A couple of lings survive, but I don't really manage much. In terms of losses, it was about equal. Looks like he's sacrificing his overlord here, but it's not going to make that much difference. There we go. Now I'm in the lead on the losses. Let's see, he's got a bit better saturation going than I do. I've managed to fully saturate my main. Go me. But I'm, at 1/3 on the expo. He's got his own Banes now. He's dropping creep to push the creep tumors out. I'm going to go out and grab the watchtowers in the hopes of getting a little bit of warning before these guys show up. I've got a ton of lings, but they aren't going to fare that well against his Banes. I'm pushing out. I'm looking for ninja expos, maybe up here. I see him run across the map. Maybe what I should have done was just ran right in and taken his guys out. But I managed to get him in my base, kill a bunch of his guys. One or two of his guys before he even manages to get his Banes in place. And again, boom. Exactly even trade from where we were before. Hasn't quite maxed out his natural there, and he pulled drones off his second gas. I haven't even taken a second gas, and I haven't saturated my natural. I've got no static defense, and I'm just sort of running across the map here. I'm sure he can see me. I think maybe I saw that. That's why I ran. Nope. Just totally misremembering. Sure if he knows I'm there. Not quite. I'm right at the edge of his vision. But I'm certainly not going to be able to run in. He's just got too many Banes here right at the front door. Even if I run these guys in and sacrifice him, he flees. He doesn't want me to sacrifice. We're tied up again. I'm trying to send my lings in one at a time, and that totally fails. That was a tremendous hit for him. My only hope is to recover, but that just made it worse. Didn't even get his queen. And now I'm 1,000 behind. And he's still got better saturation than I do. I do grab myself a ninja third. Have I picked up on his third yet? Nope. Let's move this along. There's a bit of back and forth here. He runs his veins in. Now I'm only 900 behind, so I guess that was a pretty good defense for me, but certainly could have been better. Droning up a little bit, grabbing my other gases. I've got my lair, and I've got some muties coming down now. You know, he's got a ton of stuff, and these couple of mutas really aren't going to cut it. He just chews right through. You know, eventually my flying eaters will clean up his roaches, but I'm down a base now, and I really need to make a couple of good engagements. I've evened up the losses, but he's got hydras, and he just quickly turned that right back around, and now I've lost a lot more. And there's just no way I'm gonna even stand up to just so many hydras. He just walks right in and demolishes me. GG. Okay, how did I lose that? Well, I didn't scout his base. I didn't know that he had hydras. I mean, he'd even had it long enough to upgrade it to a lurker den, and I had no idea. It is infestation pit and a hive. Just nothing in terms of scouting. You know, I tried to fly in a couple of times with an overseer, drop some changelings, but he managed to pick those off right away. I didn't get them in far enough to see his tech. He had upgrades. I don't even think I built my evolution chamber, much less had two pump out double upgrades. You know, it just really got outplayed there. I didn't keep up on the scouting of what he had. I mean, he had such a force there, there was no way I was going to be able to deal with it. And while mutas can counter Ling, Bane, Roach, they don't have enough DPS, and the ground units can really just chew through all of your buildings, and it didn't work out. I didn't manage any economic damage. He dropped a couple of spores in each base, and it just shut down any sort of muta harass at all. The mutas got easily wiped out by his hydra list. I just wasn't expecting him to have hydras that fast, simply because I didn't know that he already had them when I transitioned into mutas. Transitioning to mutas when he's already got hydras is just stupid. You know, what could have defeated this army? Well, matching the army, but I would have been down on upgrades. Coming up with something like a couple of good fungals might have cut the army down to a more reasonable size. Spending my money on something other than mutas. Would have helped tremendously. You know, it's... I don't know what I'm thinking here. Morphing some more drones right at the end. I mean, you're gonna suddenly just let my drones live? You know, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. You know, I lost all my tech, but you know, maybe ultras would have worked. You know, hydras are light units. Banelings can be good against them, but I mean, you got to get the banelings really in there, and that just wasn't going to happen the way that this game was going. You know, maybe a couple of lurkers or static defense at the front would have screwed things up a little bit. Certainly more than the mutas did. Having Ravagers to engage their front line as they were attacking and be able to force them to move back would have prolonged things a bit. Allow me to push the army back or force them to suffer heavy damage. You know, even a couple of burrowed infestors, you know, while he'd be able to see them right nearby, sweep in, drop a bunch of infested Terrans and get out, would have forced his army to be somewhere else or suffered economic damage. You know, I don't think I've been able to slip in the front. You know, maybe there was room here to slip past and actually get into the main. You know, they got rid of the side door here on the main, so it's a little bit harder to do some of the shenanigans, but you know, I couldn't really even get up next to his base without. He even had force just out here in the middle to deal with burrowed units approaching. Well, I wouldn't say spores. He had one, but you know, maybe if I had not switched to mutas, he wouldn't have made quite as many hydras. But you know, that's tough to deal with as Zerg. You know, Roach Hydra is powerful. Maybe I should have gone Roach Hydra. Well, that's I don't know what the good lesson here is, but you know, if you have suggestions, leave it for me in the comments. And other than that, we'll see you next time. This was 200 Hindsight, and I'm Lawful Evil. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks.